Hi there BookTube, it's Eleanor here and it's time for book 6. I can't believe we've got here so soon, but it's book 6 and country 6. Let's see what it is. I'm really pleased that this one was next. It's My Grandmother Sends Her Regards and Apologises by Fredrik Backman. I know that me and Janet have both got this on our list and I think it's going to be an easy read, but a really good one. It says, to most people, 7-year-old Elsa's granny is eccentric if not crazy. To Elsa, she's a superhero with one with a superpower like no other, storytelling. When Granny leaves Elsa a mysterious series of letters apologising to those she has wronged, her stories come to life in ways Elsa could never have imagined, sending her on a breathtaking adventure of her own. I'm really excited about this one, and it's set in Sweden. So let's see what gifts Janet has given me for Sweden. So far, she's done a wonderful job, so I'm really excited. Okay, so as always, let's open the little scroll first to find out a bit more about Sweden from Janet. So on her sheet of paper, Janet has put, Sweden is the 55th largest country in the world, the 4th largest country entirely in Europe, and the largest in Northern Europe. Sweden is the 7th richest country in the world. The Swedish Viking Age lasted roughly from the 8th century to the 11th century. Swedish cuisine includes Swedish meatballs, traditionally served with gravy, boiled potatoes and lingonberry jam, pancakes, lutefisk, and the smorgasbord or lavish buffet. Akvavit is a popular alcoholic distilled beverage, and the drinking of schnapps is of cultural importance. So, as always, she has truly outdone herself here with all these gifts. So let's get straight stuck in. I'm going to go for this one first. Wow, this is amazing. It's a Viking sword letter opener. This is awesome. Hold on, I'll get it out and we can have a closer look. Oh, look at that. Isn't that lovely? So it's a letter opener in the shape of a Viking sword. I shall definitely be keeping this to open my bookish post. On guard. Right, next I'm going to open this one. It's an interesting shape, so let's see what's in here. Wow, so I can only assume that this is lingonberry. I'm not 100% sure because I can't read. It's all in another language, but I think this is lingonberry jam, so I will enjoy trying this out. Okay, so I've just lowered the camera a little bit because a little munchkin came in and wanted to help me unwrap. So we're going to unwrap this one next. Wow, this is definitely the one for Matilda to help unwrap. Do you know what this is, Matilda?
A chocolate bar.
It is a chocolate bar, and not just any chocolate bar. It is a Dame chocolate bar, or dime bar as we call it. And oh, I do love this. Yum.
You can eat that.
We can eat it, and then we're going to open this one now.
That's flat.
This is flat. So I'm not entirely sure what these are, but I think they might be cake toppers or something with really well-known Swedish things on, like IKEA and ABBA and the Swedish flag and the Swedish bear. But I'll check her picture and check for this one. Hold on. So according to Janet's sheet, they are cake toppers. Right, now we're going to open this final one together. Awesome, it's a Viking mug. It says, always be yourself unless you can be a Viking, then always be a Viking, which is perfect. And I'm going to use this to have something to drink out of while I read the book. So again, Janet has outdone herself with some really great gifts, and I can't wait to try them all while I read the book. So check out in a minute to find out my thoughts on the book when I've finished it. Hi guys, so it's now a day later and I come back to you with this book, and unfortunately I don't come back to you with a review because I knew after about 30 pages that this book wasn't going to be for me. So unfortunately I can't talk to you about the book itself, but I do know that Janet has read this book and her video will be up talking about it in more detail soon. So keep your eyes peeled on her channel for that. And but I think this sort of affords me the chance to talk about not necessarily reasons why I DNF. Well, I've talked about some reasons and the types of things that I do and don't like in terms of things that are included in the plot. But I don't think I've ever discussed on this channel my thoughts on writing style, because really I am quite easygoing when it comes to writing style. I'm not a critical reader. I don't tend to read in depth, which I think is one of the reasons why I don't get on so well with things like poetry, because it requires you to consider and think a lot more about the text. And really I like to let the text just flow over me and create the feelings. And so I don't really think I've ever discussed if there is anything that I really don't get on with. And it's become apparent to me maybe over the last couple of years that there definitely is a particular type of writing and way of writing that I really don't gel with. And it's really difficult to explain, but the type of writing I don't like is when the writer is trying really hard to be humorous and to insert puns everywhere. I love a book that is funny, but a book that sort of is funny because it is, and because there's some funny moments in it, rather than the writer is trying really hard to like push out those one-liners and constantly make you laugh, because it just feels like it's trying too hard. And I instantly knew from this book that I was going to struggle. It is very much conversation heavy, so it's a lot of it is in conversation, and within really the first page or so it was just bang 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 trying to get out those comical one-liners, trying to get everyone laughing, and I find it an uncomfortable type of reading experience for me. Unfortunately, I don't find it gels with me. I find it grates me the wrong way, and yeah, I'd rather a book was funny as an extra and just wasn't trying too hard to be funny. So I definitely think that perhaps this writer isn't for me. So unfortunately, I DNF'd again. So that's 2 so far out of the 6. So I've read 4 and 2 I've DNF'd. So I'm not too unhappy with that. And the whole process of this is to be reading books that have been on my shelf for a while and to get them moving off my shelf. So fingers crossed book 7 goes well, and then 5 out of 7 will have been good reads. So yeah, unfortunately this is a DNF, but as I say, check out Janet's channel because her video I'm sure will be going up soon letting you know her thoughts on this. Anyway, I'll catch you in a few days for my final book, and we'll see what book and what country is my last one in this series of videos. That's it from me. Bye for now, BookTube.